I don't know. Okay, looks like uh, looks like we're here finally back. It's actually working. Jeez, what do you know? Anyway, so this is Cassandra Williamson, and I am coming to you from Highway 119 in Pike County, Kentucky. I'm going to Pikeville to go pick up my mom. The nurse called me from the hospital and said, okay, we're releasing her today. And I just made it back home to get some stuff for Gideon and Irma. So anyway, I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful morning. And just want everybody to hang in there, be good, enjoy your time, enjoy your day. Uh, anyway, I've got a lot of stuff going on today. As soon as I get back, I want to start working on a more broadly distribution of an article I put out this morning, a story I put out this morning. And I want to talk about the trans terrorist. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm one of the trans terrorists. You believe that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least that's how I'm being labeled. Yeah, all kinds of people over on the right just absolutely going bonkers over trans people. But then they have to have a scapegoat for everything, right? It used to be their scapegoat were Jewish people back in the 30s. That's, it changes a little bit. People change and morph, and whenever they, I don't know, but for some reason you got to have something to blame all your troubles on, and all the issues in the country. So you got Matt Walsh and all these different people over there who have been and continue to blame trans people for everything. I mean, you go over on Twitter and it is a nightmare of just trans attacks on everybody, anyone who's even associated with a trans person. Now, let me just say this very clearly. Assassination of Charlie Kirk was horrendous. No person deserves anything like that. That's a loss of life. It's just craziness. Now we've got to deal with how we're going to address the issues that his children will have, his wife will have, his parents will have over his loss. And that is horrendous. I don't wish that on anyone. Even if they disagree with me, I wouldn't wish it on them. And even if they make a point of attacking people like me, I still wouldn't wish it on them. That is beneath me to do that. But anyway, you could follow a lot of what I've been talking about over on my website. I don't know if I can pull it up here or not. I'm going to see if I can get a website up here. Yeah, we could do that. Right on your screen right now is name there, and then www.cassandra-llc.com. My organization, my business is a for-profit business. It's a Kentucky Limited Liability Corporation, and it is not a nonprofit. This takes a lot of money to operate, and I have no external sources of funds. I've got none of those big power brokers out there that everybody out on the right says, all the people are, there's a trans Tifa and there's a trans organization and a cult, they're funding and money and their ideology, it all comes from these other places and everything. I'm like, wow, I've never once met any of those people. Anyway, I'm on my way to pick up Mom, get her from the hospital. She has been released, and I'm just going over to check it out, see what's going on, get her paperwork and all that. And I get back home. So, our Sunday morning, thinking about doing a kind of a sermon-esque kind of thing from inside the chapel in the hospital. There's a nice little chapel that, since Mom we're back. Froze there for a minute, but I'm drinking this is a favorite little drink right here, right now. I had somebody comment on one of my YouTube videos the other day, says, don't drive and do videos. But look, I'm watching the road. I am absolutely watching. You're just watching me, right? You're watching me. But anyway, this little drink right here, L8, it's made in Winchester, Kentucky, but this is a seasonal drink. This particular flavor is a seasonal drink. And it's made from pawpaw. Pawpaws. You know what pawpaw is? They thoroughly enjoy it. And it's a hillbilly Appalachian thing primarily. And This is not your Papa's Pawpaw. L8, the company actually 1926, that's what's the model. But this particular version of things was blended in Winchester, Kentucky. I don't know if they have any other plants where they make these, but this is actually pretty decent. I mean, if you want to get a hint, it's a hint really, a hint of what a pawpaw tastes like, it's actually in this bottle right here. L8. I like this, but I actually make. Oh well, look, that's MAGA. That's yeah. We're just gonna call it that. We're gonna make Appalachia great, folks. This is the MAGA country. Make Appalachia great again. We're gonna take over that slogan from Trumpy and just say it's make Appalachia great again. Well, Appalachia's always been great. I just never knew it when I was growing up here. I really actually I was in a hurry to get away from this place. And I always thought it was dingy, dark, dreary, dirty, nasty. It made me feel like I was actually living inside Plato's cave, kind of chained down to the floor, staring at the shadows as they walked across. As they were projected onto the back wall. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like I was being stifled here. But now that I'm back here and I'm 66, I'm retired, and taking care of mom and my family back here, my sister and brother, and helping out with my cousin, sorry. Now that I'm here doing all those things, I mean, this place is actually darn beautiful out here. And I love the contours of the land that you can see with the trees up in these valleys. I don't know if you can see it on my camera or not from here, but the contours of the land, you can follow the contours of the land the way the trees go up and move around in the valleys here. And it's really very fascinating. I love it, actually. I never thought I would ever say something like that, but it is pretty here. It really is. And if you're looking for a place to come and just go hang out with your ATVs, your off-road vehicles or whatever like that, this is the place. There's a lot of cabins and a lot of places and trails around here for that, because they have turned this into a massive entertainment kind of thing now. Adventures here in Pike County and over in Pike County, Kentucky, and over in Mingo Cay, West Virginia. I mean, it is just everywhere. Campgrounds and cabins and trails and ATV stuff everywhere. And ATVs are out on the main roads all the time. They have to. There's rules they got to follow to be on the road, but they could be out on the main roads. But these ATVs, they're expensive little boogies. Very. You can $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 for one of those things I've seen. Woo, goodness, expensive stuff. Usually it's like just a couple $1,000s, but it was a real small little low ATV thing. It looked like a go-kart. Now these things are massive. They really are. They're huge. But people enjoy these trails here in the hills. And so I'm going to turn the camera around. I do think, see if I can get in front of this. I'm going to go not invite people. I don't want to invite anybody to this. I'm going to use the back triple camera. That one. This is Town Mountain. I'm going over Town Mountain. This used to be the main road into Pikeville from Williamson. This used to be, look out through. Look at all this. Can you see the way the trees flow over the little hills and things that are attached to the bigger hills? And you can just, it makes you wonder what is in all of those. I know it's just more trees, but it's just fascinating to me. There's so much here, the way these things are shaped and formed. The Appalachian Mountains actually are older than the Rocky Mountains. And many people are going, well, why is that? They're not as tall. No, they're not as tall. The Rocky Mountains are still, The Appalachian Mountains are not being pushed up. They are being weathered, but they are older than the Rocky Mountains. But I don't know how old. I don't know the actual number right off the top of my head. There was a time when I probably did know that, but it's not one of those things that's just immediately pops back in my mind. There's a lot of stuff that pops back into my mind. I mean, it's crazy the stuff you can remember. And I always looked at my dad and went, how'd you do that, Dad? Dude, you remember all that stuff back when you were in the military? When he was 65, when I was asking him questions like that, he died at 67. And I was asking him now that I'm 66, it's like, my gosh, I was just so freaking naive. I just didn't know what I didn't know. And I was hugely arrogant. That's the thing that I figured out pretty quickly. But I just figured, I already know all this stuff. I've got all this down. I'm smarter than everybody in the country. Turns out, no, I'm not. I ran into a lot of people who were a lot smarter than me. Anyway, that's live and live and let live kind of stuff, right? Or at least you should live from that and learn from that. In fact, you should be able to pick up something from it. So this is going down, the old 119, this Town Mountains behind me, and the city of Pikeville's in front of me for people who are watching. Community Trust Bank over on the right. This used to be Food City on the left, but it's something else now. Food Center. The Food Center, that sounds like is that one of those Mamdani stores? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's for profit. I have no freaking idea. There are a lot, but if you go into the Midwest and stuff like that, people are saying, oh, we don't want that socialism over yonder. But I'm going to tell you something. You got farmers co-ops in the middle of the country. Guess who owns it? The people. You got electric co-ops in the middle of the country in different places around the country. Guess who owns the co-ops, electric co-op? Not a big corporation. It's the members in the community. They own it. So don't tell me we don't have any experience with that and you don't like it. If you're out in the middle of the country somewhere and you got a co-op somewhere, you got a fire department somewhere, you got police departments somewhere out through here somewhere, you got water departments, those are the things that create that. Those are the ideas behind socialism. But don't get me wrong, I don't like socialism at all. I am not into that. I'm not into communism or Marxism or any of those kind of things, or definitely not fascism or authoritarianism. But I'll talk about authoritarianism just briefly. I've been in business for myself for a long time. No, not anymore. And the businesses were my businesses. And I ran them as the boss, it was an authoritarian thing. I had the say over how those businesses were run. That is, by definition, authoritarianism. A strong boss who manages and leads the whole thing. That boss has the final say. And that's what authoritarianism is, but just called boss. Anyway, I am getting ready to pull back into Pikeville Medical Center into the parking deck and go pick up Mom. So let's go in. You can ride with me. Go on, go riding. Wait a minute, that sounds like a Sons of the Southwest song or whatever it is. Willie Nelson, go riding. Off of the sudden, no, it's another song, another artist. Anyway, so I'm blending all kinds of music. So going into the deck, you may lose my singing on. I'll be right back. I'm going to turn it off when I get on the 7th floor. But anyway, I do have some things that I sent out this morning on my website through emails. If you're not getting the emails from me, please take the opportunity to go to the web page at www.cassandra-llc.com. Go there. Two pages with free access to some of the research done on over there, research and things. Access those. A lot of time into this. This is a for-profit business, and you can also buy some of the. Like I've got a sticker on the back of my car that says "I serve for all Americans." It's got a picture of the United States. It's got The American flag is part of that image of the United States, and behind that is the Progress flag, which has the trans colors and the pride colors and all that stuff in it. And I serve for all Americans. And if you're a veteran out there, if you are a veteran and you tell me you don't support trans people, you don't support LGBT people, you don't support another minority country, and you serve this country, maybe you ought to go back and give your DD 214 back because you did serve for all these people, whether you agree with it or not. You did serve for them. And yeah, just turn that piece of paper in because it doesn't mean squat to you, right? So yeah, I am on the 4th floor and going up to the 5th. It's vacant here on this part. I don't know what the 7th floor looks like, but I'm sure Mom's ready to go home. I'm sure she is. She's been in here for what, 3 or 4 days now? 3 days. But they were adjusting all of her medicines too. They were making sure that they found the right dosages for her to bring her blood pressure down. And they finished the regimen that had to do with, running the course for pneumonia. They finished that. She was doing really well yesterday. Apparently she's doing well today. They're releasing her today. She had more energy and more vitality in the last couple of days here after she ran what am I doing? My microphone off? Okay, now you can hear me. So this is the 6th floor. And so all those medicines and all the antibiotics ran their course, and that apparently was taken care of. And they wanted to keep her another night last night so that they could kind of figure out what is the best dosage of medicine to regulate her blood pressure. And so they were talking about asking me if I would chart all of those things on a daily basis, her blood pressure, and it's easy for me to do. That's what I do. Anyway, or don't have it all, and I do have it for her blood sugar. So I'm gonna park over here in the patient pickup and drop off spot. Okay, folks, I'm gonna turn this thing off for a minute and go in and check Mom. I don't really want to go in and photo or video any of the people in here I might see in the hallways.